Hey, hey, hey. What's up, y'all? Just trying to put this comment up here real quick. Hold on, I don't feel like reading all this. I hope everybody's doing well. Most welcome. I thought that was you. I was calling your name on the last live, and I was trying to wait around. I'm like, because I'm like, I know I didn't do the reading for her, so I'm glad you reached out. So I was trying to figure out how to contact. So let me pull up my Cash App. All right, so I got the 2 prepaid. All right, so let me know what your question is, and we can get right into it. So, and I need to figure out where else to put that light because that's aggravating, and I'm not taking off my glasses. Hold on for 1 second. Get this light. I got too much stuff in my office. All right, that should be a little bit better. That is a lot better. I don't know if y'all can see me that good. It's a little dark. Let me try to angle it a little better. All right, let's see how that does for Instagram. All right, that's a lot better. Ah, my earring go. All right, that's better. All right, let me get my behind situated. Whew. All right, y'all. So go ahead and post your question, and then I'm waiting on Earl. Let me see if I could send him this message. Nothing's coming up. Maybe because I don't follow him. But hopefully he got my email. And while I wait for you to post your question, you can either do it by comments or, okay, career and financial, cool. All right, let me get my little space together. I was doing a reading earlier for the collective and just kind of left these cards out. Crystal, let me quiet. Let's play something while I clean up my space a little bit. Alrighty. Alrighty. Alright, I got my space together. What up, what up? Shuffle them good because I've been using them all day. I'm trying to shuffle them up real good. Alright. Put these Jones up. Shuffle some more. Alright. I went right with this song. Alright, so we're all set up. So career and finances. This. That's a little bit better view. Kind of see the cards in my glasses. We've got the Lovers reversed. We've got Four of Wands. Oh, I forgot I was on YouTube for a second. We've got Four of Wands, and we've got Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups. So let's talk about, let's do career. The Lovers reversed. You know, being as though this is kind of like a self-care, self-love card, also it's reversed. So if we look at this as far as like career-wise, you're not really happy doing what you want to do. Not saying that you don't love what you do, but I don't think it's something that like gives you that ultimate passion, you know. Or maybe it's something that you want to implement in addition to, you know, or this is like a calling or in confirmation to kind of implement something else as far as career, or take on a certain, you know, skill set or something, or pursue that skill set. You know, if that's what you've been thinking about, or maybe that's what you should do, you know, start looking towards, you know, things that you do that you have a really good skill set at, and, you know, making money, you know. Can't really do a career, or I feel like you really can't do something, especially if you're like a spiritually inclined person, and really for anybody, but people that are more self-aware and spiritually aware, it's hard for us to do things, you know, do work, and, you know, be in fields that just don't align with our soul path and our soul purpose. So, um, just start to explore. You know, start doing things for fun. I believe you cook, right? You cook. If I believe you're a chef, right? Um, but you know, there's definitely more passions. There's definitely more passions and more things that you can incorporate to help you, you know, find that fulfillment and that happiness that you're looking for as far as in a career. Um, yeah. Now let me see as far as this. And so then we've got the Four of Wands. We've got Four of Wands. Oh, okay, you do it as a hobby. So then, therefore, before I even go into the Four of Wands, because you said that, you know, so this could be your calling or your confirmation. I don't know if you've been thinking about that, but I thought you were a chef. I know I see you post your food and it looks really delicious. You know, so I don't know if you want to do like a recipe book or, you know, do like a YouTube channel or even on Instagram. You know, maybe start figuring out how to incorporate that hobby into something that could be your soul path or your soul's work, you know? Just explore. Think about that option. Um, and it's definitely something that you can incorporate along with your, you know, whatever else you're doing. It really won't interfere, you know? So, you know, those are things to explore, especially that hobby. The Four of Wands. The Four of Wands, and this represents Lord of Perfected Work. All right, Lord of Perfected Work. We've got Aries and Venus on here. This just kind of represents everything coming together and everything aligning. You know, if you decide to move in that direction. Okay, so just kind of look at the symbology on the card. Show it over here. Perfectionist. What's your sign? Yeah, this is all about, you know, going with the flow, going with the passion. Definitely when you feel the passion and the desire and the impulse to do it, you know, kind of align with those desires and those impulses. Okay, Libra status. Yeah, so you definitely kind of got to move when you feel the passion, because y'all kind of come and go with things that you guys like to do. So, you know, just latch on to things when you get the passion for it, right? And just work on kind of perfecting that skill and that craft. Going back to the Lovers reversed, Gemini. Gemini kind of represents looking at things at face value, right? It's kind of the earth of the air signs. So, you know, Libras, y'all are governed by Venus, so you guys kind of look at things through a different kind of aesthetic. You know, anybody that's kind of ruled by Venus has a different kind of aesthetic. So, you know, things may not always be, you know, easy or even at road when we go through and when we take on, you know, that soul path or that soul journey, even with things that are fulfilling. Sometimes it's challenging, you know, even getting through things that we really like to do and we're passionate about. I know I have some obstacles and challenges in my own, you know, hobbies that I like to do, that I use towards for my business or whatever. So we all have our little obstacles and challenges, but just remember to kind of look at everything at face value. Don't try to take on too much at one time. A little bit at a time, you know, small goals, baby steps, so you can complete those steps and then reward yourself. And that's going to rewire your brain and help train your brain to want to do more things and complete more things and be more successful. So just start small, do some research, you know, look at influencers or other people that are in that field that you like, and kind of look at their style and things that they like to do and just kind of go from there, you know. Libras definitely kind of delay their creations because y'all want that perfection, but I'm a Capricorn And sometimes it's just like throw it out there, you know, and kind of see what you got. And I'm not just saying like literally just throw anything out there, but you know, if you've got what you've got right now and you feel like it's your best, put it out there, you know, and then see how it's reacted to, and then you can kind of move from there. So you kind of need something to gauge, right? You need something to gauge from. So when you do decide to do that. And then we've got kind of perfecting a craft, you know, working when you're passionate about something. You're not really good, and nobody really is. Your husband is a Capricorn. Oh, that's interesting. And that's a good dynamic because my husband's a Libra and I'm a Capricorn. So, you know, people really don't think that Libras and Capricorns are compatible, but we are. Two strong personalities. But, you know, that Capricorn Libra dynamic is very interesting. It's a very interesting relationship that I didn't know, you know, would be a great foundation, so to speak. So that's really interesting. All right, so balance each other out. Exactly, exactly. All right, so pretty much, like I said, just kind of work when you feel the passion. If you're really not into it, don't force yourself too much. Like if it was any other sign, I would say kind of work through, you know, but Libras, y'all, you know, are a different kind of way. And so, like, I would definitely not try to get into it when you don't feel the passion and the desire. Um, Ace of Cups, you know, the beginning of new great things. So if this is something that you're, you know, dedicated to, or whatever this hobby or, you know, it is that you know, are passionate about, if you kind of want to move forward with that as a career or as a sole, you know, purpose or alignment, I feel like whatever it's going to be, it's going to open up the floodgates, right, for you. Some new experiences, some new relationships, some new networking. So you know, I see nothing but greatness. You know, there's a lotus in here. Let's look up the symbology of lotus real quick. So it says the lotus flower is regarded in many different cultures, especially in Eastern religions, as a symbol of purity, enlightenment, self-regeneration, and rebirth. Its characteristics are a perfect analogy for the human condition. Even when its roots are in the dirtiest waters, the lotus produces the most beautiful flower. Okay, so that's pretty much something that you kind of want to remember, right? So even when things are kind of at their worst, you can still, you know, find good fortune and everything. So pretty much as far as career, I definitely see, you know, whatever you're invested in, you know, when you focus on that, it's going to open up some new doors for you, right? As far as finances are concerned, um, you know, that's kind of attributed to it. But if we're looking at stuff like real time, currently, you know, what you see for finances, again, the lovers reversed is also the number 6. Okay, it's also the number 6 in the major arcana, and 6 deals with earning. Okay, it deals with earning. All right, so this is reversed. All right, so again, you got to understand how self-love, you know, doing things that you like to do, making sure that you're doing self-care, taking care of yourself. You know, y'all Libras, y'all kind of like to do things for other people and y'all burn yourselves out and then complain about it later. I don't know if that's what you do. but, just kind of generally speaking. So just remember to kind of put yourself first, especially when you are trying to be focused on the things that you want to do, right? And you have a mission and you have goals, because sometimes y'all can be easily strayed from y'all goals. And that's probably why you're paired up with a Capricorn, because, I don't know how Capricorn men are, but I know generally speaking, Capricorns are determined, we're goal setting, we create boundaries, we help build foundations, we help kind of regulate and maintain the laws, right? We kind of maintain the laws in wherever we play in our household, right? And so just kind of play off of that structure that you have there, right? Just bounce off of that structure, and just kind of put yourself first. Focus on self-care, get some proper rest, proper sleep, all the things that y'all Venus planets need. Because y'all Venus planets is sickening. Y'all gotta be all daintified and just like, I just want to lay here and do nothing and just be beautiful and make all this money. Like, I can dig it. I feel it. I feel the energy. I rock with the energy though. I low-key love Libra energy. It's just amazing. It's really funny, like, just kind of seeing y'all view and perspective on life with certain things, right? So it's really interesting. So just remember to kind of take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Once you start building that self-care, building up your foundation, do some money work. I don't know if you're in the community jar. I believe you are in my community jar. I don't know if you're doing work alongside that, but definitely, do your own work alongside whatever's being done. Or you may need to step it up and get some personal work done, some personal money work as opposed to being in the community jar. But ultimately, we got fours here. So Gemini's on here, so that's, 2 as far as duality to symbolism. We've got 6, the lovers, we've got 4 of wands, and then we've got ace of cups. But if we're just looking at the cards, we've got 6, 4, and 1. So that's 11. 1 plus 1 is 2. And the Gemini symbol is literally the 2. Okay, so I feel like, you kind of got to embrace that Gemini energy. And again, Gemini is air, but it's like I said, the earth of air. It operates a little bit different than Libra air, right? Gemini is also a mutable sign. So it's a little bit more, adaptable to transition, I would say. Right? The Gemini, energy is a little bit more adaptable to transition, as opposed to Libra. Libra kind of finds a hard time, with transition, working through that transition. So kind of just remember that. And then we've got Aries on this card. With Aries is like kind of hit or miss. Like, it manifests here for a little bit and then it goes away. And I feel like that's what's been kind of happening with like money for you. You come into large amounts of money and then there's like, not how the money you want, and then there's like more, large amounts of money. And you want to see that consistent. So again, I'm going to say do some money work, clear your energy, work on your energy field, write out goals, write out, affirmations. As far as money, how much money do you want to earn in a year, in this year, in a week, in 3 months, so start writing goals. Start writing out what you want to see as far as money and finances, and then you can write out what you need to do to kind of make that happen, because we need a plan, right? We need a plan, and we need to start from somewhere. We need something to build off of when we want to start implementing new things into our life, right? And so, again, Ace of Cups, just kind of finding those roots. You're going to have to invest. Right? You're going to have to invest a lot of things, a lot of time, a lot of emotion and passion. And like I said, with, there's new networking, there's new relationship building. And this is important for making money because you can network, you can collab with people. So there's a whole different, bunch of things that you can do. You can learn things from people. All right, so just be open. Be open as far as understanding that money is an energy and it flows to you, right? It just flows once you figure out how to access it, and then once you figure out how to access that, you just keep doing that same thing, and it'll come to you. But like I said, definitely self-care. It all starts with us. When we become more self-aware, when we start treating our body right, it shifts our energy and things start being different. And then when we take action, when we make plans, when we make goals, when we write out what we want to achieve, you see it in writing, and then you can put some type of plan to it, whether it be something so simple and so small, right? Okay. So I hope that helped. And I hope you received that. So let me know. Give me some hearts, some prayer hands, something to let me know that you received that. And I appreciate your donation. Thank you so much. All right. And somebody else. Earl. I don't know where Earl is. I know he worked the night shift. Plan to apply those tips. You are most welcome, love. You're most welcome. Mr. Earl, he prepaid. I sent a link out to everybody on my mailing list to give them a chance to kind of pay for a reading ahead of time. If you're interested in a reading, if you're tuning in, they're $1, $5, and $10 donations. Let me see here. A missed call. Who called my phone? Voicemail. All right, let me like his thing, his Cash App thing. Maybe that'll let him know. So while we wait. I might have to go ahead and do his general. And YouTube World. Alright, in the meantime, I'm going to hang around for a little bit because I want to make sure that he gets his reading. Alright, in the meantime, I'm going to pull some other cards while I wait. Let's pull some Trust Your Vibes. With his ring light. I feel like it's still kind of in the way. Yeah, it's a little dark, but it's just not like in my face anymore. We have one fall out. I'll do one more. I don't really understand what that one means. that. Books for almost studying. Together. And what else do I want to pull? I'll do another essential oil. Essential. Oh, these are stuff. All right. Hey. I'm doing donation-based readings right now. I'm doing a reading for the collective until somebody donates, or until the people that prepaid show up. I'm waiting on one person. But in the meantime, I'll be doing a reading for the collective, okay? Waiting on Mr. Earl, DJ E Real. If you're out there, I'm waiting on you. Alright, so I pulled 3 essential oil cards. What I love about these essential oil cards is that they have a theme to them. They have, of course, a scent, and they have a trigger statement, and then they have a true statement, okay? A lot of us deal with triggers, and so I like these cards because if you resonate with these triggers, it has a true statement that aligns, or that it kind of counteracts with that trigger statement. Tony, divination, okay. Hey, what's up, Tony? Stick around if you're interested, or donate. You can donate $1, $5, $10. $1 gets you 1 card, $5 will get you 3 cards, $10 will get you 5 cards, okay? If you're interested, or just kind of stick around. Let me see. Yes. You got a new one? I'm live right now. How can I help you? Okay. Go ahead. Alright, so this is kind of for the collective. And like I said, essential oil. So the first scent is sandalwood. Sandalwood, right? And it represents awareness. And I like sandalwood. It's a pretty earthy scent, earthy smell, right? and it represents awareness, okay? And the trigger statement is, I never get what I want, okay? The trigger statement is, I never get what I want. All right? The true statement is, I am a powerful creator. All right, listen to your inner voice. Release your ideas of the outcome you wish to see, and trust that you are aligned with the universe. Okay, so I'm going to say it again. Trigger statement, I never get what I want. How many of y'all have said that? How many of you say that, you know, I never get what I want? Or think about a time where you said that before, right? And so just a simple, you know, true statement, I am a powerful creator. Something so simple, you know, could be such a powerful statement. And so you just want to remember, listen to your inner voice. Release your ideas of the outcome you wish to see, and trust that you are aligned with the universe. Okay? All right. The next essential oil we have is Lang Lang, and this is also a pretty cool scent. It's a really earthy, light earthy scent. And this represents awaken. So we have awareness with sandalwood, awareness with sandalwood, and awaken with Lang Lang. Right? And the trigger statement is, I don't know what to do. The trigger statement is, I don't know what to do. Okay? True statement is, every moment is a new opportunity. Every moment is a new opportunity. Take time today to engage your senses and create. The tension that has been dividing your head and heart is leaving. Okay? Just create something, and the tension will kind of go away. The next scent, which I've never smelled before, essential oil, is Roman chamomile. Roman chamomile, and this represents destiny. All right, the trigger statement is, I am lost. Trigger statement is, I am lost. True statement is, I do what I love. I do what I love. So, you know, if you're ever in a place of doubt, or ever in a place of uncertainty, or you feel like you don't know where to go as far as career, as far as relationship, you know, kind of just do what feels right, what goes with your heart and how you feel. All right? There is a path waiting just for you. Open your heart and mind so you can use it on your journey of fulfillment. Okay? Next, we have Trust Your Vibes, and we have Aura Cleanse. We have Aura Cleanse, you know, so make sure that you're doing spiritual baths, you know, burning your candles, you know, whatever it is that you need to do. Let's start incorporating that for the time being, or routinely if you can. Right? Routinely if you can. Okay? Expect the best. Expect the best. You know, we know, you know, you always got to look at things at face value. You know, you always got to have a what if plan. You know, a plan to mitigate the obstacles and challenges that arrive and come up. You know, you always want to plan out what could go wrong. But that doesn't mean that that's what you should expect. You want to expect the best. You want to prepare for the worst, right? Strategic planning. Okay? It's really important to be strategic and be purposeful when thinking, when speaking, and when moving in action towards your goals and the things that you want to accomplish in life. Okay? The goals that you want to accomplish in life. You want to be intentional. You want to be purposeful about the words that you use, how you think, you know, how you act regarding the things that you want to manifest in your life. And lastly, I really didn't understand this card because I don't pull it a lot. So I need the book for this one. And this is Talk Shop. Talk Shop. You know that you're steady on your psychic legs when you can't wait to share wonderful psychic stories with your kindred spirits who also like to talk vibes. Don't let your ego get in the way and convince you to hide your vibes or stop you from sharing the positive experiences they bring. Your ego is acting out of fear and is trying to protect you from being hurt, such as being criticized by others for your vibes. But who cares? Your vibes take good care of you. Openly and joyously acknowledge this. It's time to review your vibes from the higher plateau of love and generosity. Notice how peaceful you become when you trust your vibes, and it's only natural to want to share your positive experiences with others. Sixth sensory people love to talk about their intuitive experiences and have a wonderful, colorful language that transmit the higher joy vibrations that are so enriching to the heart chakra. They use the word love a lot, and it's time for you to join in. When you share your experiences with five sensory people, however, don't try to convert them to sixth sensory living. Just let the world know you're comfortable trusting your vibes and you don't need approval from anyone. Your happy life is approval enough. Okay, so I kind of understand where that's coming from. You know, don't be afraid to just kind of talk about your experiences and how you live in your life. You know, and don't force people into it. You know, people are going to see. People are going to see how you're moving, right? And they'll see. So you don't have to force anything. You know, you just kind of let people know how you're living, you know, and the positive or great things that you get in life from, you know, meditating and maybe eating healthy or whatever. And just kind of be in that moment and live in that moment. And other people may or may not align, but they'll definitely see you as an example. Okay, and you will create that frequency or that ripple effect, that wave, just off of doing the things that you do. Okay? Alrighty, so let me pull a self-care card. This came up early. I don't think I shuffled that. What I'm going to do is, I'm waiting on, I believe it's DJ Erel. He prepaid for his reading. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and give you a general. Because I sent out a notification to my mailing list that I was going live, so. But if anybody else is interested in a donation-based reading, $1, $5 or $10 will get you some cards pulled, okay? So if you're interested, you can do my Cash App. # urbanmystik. Okay, so I'm gonna pull a few more cards for the collective, and then hopefully Mr. DJ Erel will be on. If not, I'm just going to go ahead and do the general reading for him. Alright. We get out there in YouTube land. Let me see. One more card. And I'm going to leave this up anyway also on my profile. So. Alright, so I pulled pleasure. That's part of self-care. That's definitely part of self-care and self-love. So, you know, let's not forget to have some type of sensual sexual pleasure. You can do this with yourself, with somebody else, you know, but it keeps you healthy. You know, everybody, you know, you have to have orgasms, you know, to release stress and tension. So just make sure that you're incorporating that into your life. You know, if you're in a relationship, you know, and if it's been a while, it's understandable when two people are working, where there's kids involved. You know, we've got every day to day, but you have to make sure that you incorporate pleasure into your relationship. Okay? There's this clip going around. I don't know if y'all know who Kevin Samuel is. I mean, everybody in the world should know who he is by now. But ultimately, he was interviewing this woman that said that she was dealing with a married man. And she was 29 years old, and a man never, you know, she never had an orgasm with being with a man. You know, so ladies, this is for the ladies. Like, don't be out here, you know, sleeping with people and you not having orgasms, okay? You've got to do some self-work, you know, and I'm not judging, but I'm just speaking from a place where you need to speak up. And if you're sleeping with somebody, if this is a sexual partner, then you need to let them know, you know, what kind of pleases you. Don't be afraid to speak up. And if that's a problem, you know, you speaking up about what you like sexually and how you like to be pleasured, if that's a problem, then that's probably the wrong sexual partner. Okay? Because that should never be an issue unless it's like some illegal stuff. You know, but definitely if you've, you know, taken care of this person and allowed them to orgasm, then they should definitely look out and do the same. Okay, so let's make sure that we're having sexual relationships, healthy relationships that are giving, you know, as well as receiving. You know, reciprocity, it definitely should be on an equal fold, okay, when it comes to sexual pleasure. You know, and if you're really not sure on how, you know, then self-pleasure, you know, let's start learning your own bodies first, and there's nothing wrong with that, okay? We're all adults, right? And we all have the same functions, you know, so just start to self-explore, become more aware with your own body, you know? There's nothing really more else I can say about that. Just start to incorporate pleasure, and if, like I said, if you're in a relationship where y'all really haven't been, you know, sexually in tune in a long time, then this is the confirmation that you need to get in tune. To get in tune with your significant other and reignite that passion and just start having some great sex again, right? The next card I've got is abundance. I am a limitless being, and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. I am a limitless being, and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. That's an affirmation right there. Like, there's nothing else even to add to that. You feel me? Like, use that as an affirmation. I am a limitless being, and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. Okay? But in order for those things to happen, we have to actually believe that. Even if we don't see the vision, we should trust the journey, right? Trust the road that lies ahead. Trust our ancestors and our spirit guides that are guiding us along the way. You know, so even though we don't see the end game, we have so many tools, resources, and guides around us to kind of help us stay on the path to that, you know? And the journey is not always in front of us. You don't always see the end game, but trust and believe, you know, you see the journey, you're experiencing the journey. And before you know it, you're there, you know, and you really did kind of see the vision. You know, you really seen it after all, you know. Let me clean these cards up. Clean these cards up. And I'm going to go ahead and knock out this pre-reading out the way. I'm going to make it a general reading. Alright? And hopefully... And I'm just going to send it to him. Alright, what's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? So this was a pre-paid donation that I'm about to do. $10 donation, Mr. DJ Ebriel. And a $10 donation gets you 5 cards pulled, 3 tarot cards, and 2 oracle cards. Alright. So let me shuffle these up pretty good. Hope everybody's doing great in YouTube land and Instagram land. I hope you guys are doing well. Hey, Miss Alba, how are you? What's up, Chef? Westcott, what's goody? Currently doing donation-based readings right now. So if you would like a reading, you can either give me $1, $5, $10, or support with badges. And if you just want to watch, that's cool too. I'm going to do a reading that was prepaid for already. This person's not here, so I'm just going to do a general reading. But it was a $10 reading, $10 donation. So there's 3 tarot cards and 2 oracle cards. And I love and appreciate the support. And I appreciate everybody today who kind of supported me and vibed out with me. I had some great readings earlier. I was on point with so much stuff to the point where it was about to scare me. I was like, wait a minute, let me slow down a little bit. I don't know what's going on. So, yeah, that's how it's been going today. So this is, again, $10 donation-based reading, DJ Real. It's going to be general, because I don't know where he at. And he prepaid and ain't show up. And I said what time I was going live. So I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to do a general. And I feel like he would want a general anyway. He's one of my day ones. So I feel like it's going to be a general, and so I'll just cover everything, relationship, finances, whatever. Y'all know how I get down when I do my readings. Very in-depth. So let me pull these 2 oracle cards, and then I can go ahead and get into his reading. Alrighty. I hope everybody had a great day. I had a fabulous day because I wasn't at my regular job. It'd be stressful being a manager sometimes. So I've just kind of been relaxing, and I really enjoy going live and doing readings for people. It helps me practice my skill set too. Alright, I've got the cards pulled for DJ E-Real, and this is going to be a general reading because I don't know where you at, fam. Alright, but I definitely will send this to you once the live is over. I'm going to hit you up, send this to your DMs. Got the star card. Blast the tower. Knight of Wands. And then I've got worry. Connect with your ancestors. And sing. I don't know if you're going to be doing all that singing, but, you know, this is a reminder, confirmation. You know, I know you do music. You know, I don't know how in depth of what you're trying to do with your music career, but if that is like one of your main passions or your main focus, you know, this is confirmation for me to tell you to just keep kind of pursuing that. You know, I don't know if you were having any doubts, you know, or just felt like kind of not want to pursue it anymore. I don't know if you want to look at stuff in a different manner or figure out different ways to create music. I don't know if you want to get into a different genre, or I don't know if you want to start, I don't know, but definitely let's keep that momentum, that vision going. Okay, keep that momentum going, that vision going. You are a star. You know, you shine out, you stand out among a lot of people, you know, that you're around in your environment, your hometown. You stand out, and you're kind of meant to be, you know, recognized, okay, through your passion, you know, if that is music, which I believe it is. And so just kind of continue on with that, okay, for sure. What number? The star card is 15, 16, 17. 1 and 7 is 8. 8 deals with infinity, inner wisdom, inner knowing, right? So this is just something that you know that you want to do, and it could possibly happen, right? If you just believe it, you know, wish on that star. 1 and 7 is 8. I talked about that. And then next we have the blasted tower. The blasted tower. Right? The blasted tower. So there, and Mars is heavily on this card. It's right big right here, right? So either you've gone through something or something is going to happen that's kind of going to disrupt your everyday life, right? I can't say if it's good or bad, you know, because the way how I look at things, like even when we go through bad things, good things still come out of that. There's like a death and a rebirth kind of aspect to that. So, you know, there's some kind of transition. You know, like I said, if it hasn't happened already, then it will happen. It will be taking place soon. And then the numbers on this card, we've got 16. So the star card is 17. The blasted tower is 16. 1 and 6 is 7. 7 to me deals with caution, awareness, you know, sending out a warning, so to speak. Also, 7s deal with, for me, morals, standards, ethics. You know what I mean? Like, so even when you're going through the situation, don't lose sight of who you are. Okay? Definitely do not lose sight of who you are when the situation comes up. It could be a trying situation, but it's testing your character. You know, like I said, just confirm this for me when you watch this on a replay, because I'm going to send this to you after. But stand in who you are when the situation comes up and when the situation takes place, right? And ultimately, we have the Knight of Wands, right? And just look at that imagery. He's just riding straight into, right, the situation or out of it. You know, however way you want to look at it, he's riding out of the situation, right? And then we've got Scorpio and Sagittarius on this card. And those are two powerful energies that represent transition, but in a different way, right? Scorpio and Sagittarius combined represent the energy after some type of shift, after something has happened and something new comes from that, right? So we also could think about like the death card as death and, you know, rebirth, you know, death of old things and the rebirth of new things, right? So Scorpio and Sagittarius energy are kind of like, you know, the butterfly who's been through the cocoon and has now come out of the cocoon. All right, they're now, it's a whole new paradigm shift anymore. It's not a caterpillar anymore, it's a butterfly. Right? And so now this butterfly has to learn how to adjust in their new paradigm shift, in their new experience. Everything is different. Right? It's still the same them, you know, but ultimately the environment, they have changed, you know, certain behaviors that they do. Butterflies don't act like caterpillars, right? Right? So it's a whole completely different like haul over, and Scorpio and Sagittarius kind of pair up and they play that kind of energy, right? And that's what's on the Knight of Wands. Okay, that's what's on the Knight of Wands. All right, this is Lord of Flame and Lightning. So, you know, you're going to bounce back from this. Okay, you're going to definitely bounce back from whatever situation this is. Sharpen, more on point, have more wisdom, more perspective, more life experience, and have a different outlook on life once this transition kind of takes place. Right? But in order for this transition to take place, you have to believe in your you know, in whatever it is that you want to do, in your dreams. You know, you have to definitely believe. Okay. Next, I have worry. All right. Next, I have worry. I am learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. All right. So whether you worry about the situation or whether you don't worry about the situation, it does not change that outcome. It only, you know, creates stress for you and your body, and how your body's responding to that worriness. Anxiety, anger, frustration, like asleep. So along with worrying brings a whole, you know, other string of things that we really don't want in our life. Right? Brings on a whole another string of things that we just don't want in our life when we worry. Okay? So just remember that. Okay? Just remember that. Connect with your ancestors. Connect with your ancestors, okay? God is just kind of reminding us to connect with our ancestors and our spirit guides. And I know people get told a lot to connect with their ancestors and their spirit guides. You know, make sure that the ancestors and the spirit guides that you're connecting with and you're aligning with, you know about them, you know how they moved when they was, you know, alive, you know, their story, what they represented, all right, to kind of help. And lastly, I don't know if this is what you're into, but sing. You know, sing. Self-expression through voice. It's kind of what's needed for you right now at this time. Okay? So, when you watch this on a replay, let me know what you think about this. And because you weren't here, feel free for any follow-up questions. You know, I definitely do follow-up questions on these cards because you were not here for your reading, okay? And I'm going to do a last pull. Going to do a last pull. 3-card reading before I get up out of here. Alright. I see the message. Six of Swords reversed. Six of Swords reversed. Ace of Wands. 10 of Swords reversed. Alright, so Swords. Business, communication, travel. Um, right now, we may not be earning what we want as far as business, personal business, whatever, right? So finances, they always gonna come up, right? So one thing we can kind of almost work on for the collective. So upright, this card is called Lord of Earned Success. All right, Lord of Earned Success. Um, Six is deal with earning, like I said, and this is reversed. So right now we got a blockage on, the overall abundance of money that we could be ushering in. We're not ushering in the money that we could be right now, right? And how we want to get this card upright so that we are earning and everything that we're touching is successful, we need to open up our minds and expand our minds, expand our thought processes, and just be open to things that you may not have been open to before. Learning new things, taking in new things, different perspectives. I'm just overall just being a state of being a student, right? And just observing and learning. So the number one problem, especially for those of us the older we get, we feel like we know it all, but we're not happy, or we're not where we want to be, and we're not earning the money that we want. Our energy's kind of closed off, and we're just not open to new things. We're not open to new ideas. We're not open to learning new ways of creating additional income, and it's because of fear. When you've never done it before, you'd be afraid, but you have to get out of that, right? If you want to make money, if you want to start earning more, then you have to be open to different ways of making money, right? You've got to be open to different ways of making money. Okay, you've got to think outside the box, or you've got to do something different. It may be things that you've already thinking about, but you just don't want to act on them because you're afraid of failure. Okay, so you could be earning so much more, right? You could be earning so much more. So just work on just being open, right? Just open. Hopefully, you're not one of those people when somebody says something, you always want to just kind of disagree. Well, but, just kind of like, just think and, listen to somebody else's perspective and just start from there. If you're somebody who, like, rejects a lot of things because it doesn't fit groupthink or it doesn't align with society or the bubbles that, have been created, just start there. Ten of Swords. I'm so glad this card is reversed because this is a very yucky card. All right, this is a very yucky card. And it's reversed. So it's also telling us to make sure that we continue to talk nice to ourselves. To continue to release guilt and shame and to talk good about the things that's going on in our lives, right? This card upright is Lord of Ruin, and it has Gemini on here. And I feel like Gemini's on here. Gemini represents looking at things logical, like reading in between the lines, looking at all the fine print, understanding what's going on, and kind of moving from there. And not trying, well, I didn't know, or I wasn't aware, like, nah. Or we kind of want to look past. Nope, like look at everything and understand what it is, and let's move from there. But there's no reason to talk down about yourself, talk negative about yourself. None of that. That's not gonna help the situation. I feel like a business deal that could have went wrong is not going to go wrong. It's gonna work out eventually. I don't know if whoever may be watching this, there was some type of business deal and it felt like you fumbled it, but actually you didn't. Okay? But just be careful though. Alright, be careful with communication and networking. Alright? Alright, so I don't have anything else. I appreciate those that again donated. And depending how I feel, it is 10 o'clock, so I'm getting off in a reasonable manner. I've been on here for about 72. I think I've done like 5-6 hours a day. I think I've been live with y'all for about 5 or 6 hours. And it was pretty fun, and it was interesting. All right, so I thank you guys, and I appreciate you. And I hope you have a good night, and I may be here tomorrow. We'll see. All right, bye, Instagram. And bye, YouTube.